Treated Punchestown Maiden hurl as they approach the turn into the straight. Favourite Belloccio towards the inside. The early leader, Zero Fighter, close up between horses, Star-Crossed Lover. Also in the firing line is Zentong Enki. Keen between horses, Bold Brook as they head up the straight. Belloccio taken on for the lead by Bold Brook, and they've gone a few lengths in front of Star-Crossed Lover. Towards the outside is Zero Fighter, Zentong Enki behind that pair as they clear the first and head up in front of the stands. All negotiated safely. Out in front and stretching on 4 or 5 in front is Bold Brook under Jordan Gainford. Belloccio, Paul Townend in second. A 6-length break then to on the near side Zero Fighter. Under Danny Gilligan towards the inside Star-Crossed Lover in the black and white colours, Connor Stone Walsh. Behind them is Zentong Enki, Sean Flanagan, the inside of Martinstown and Mark Walsh as they make the turn that brings them to flight number 2. Bold Brook showing the way from Belloccio, will jump it in second spot. Break of a few lengths to Zero Fighter towards the inside Star-Crossed Lover, then Zentong Enki, Martinstown the outside. Just behind them is Bodybuilder, and behind Bodybuilder, Labaland in mid-division. As they run downhill, Starita is next. Between horses, Jim's Cracker. Towards the inside is Mortimer Duke. Behind them, Highland King. Towards the back of the field is You're Not the Boss of Me. And the overall back marker is We Push Our Luck So Far, as they stream out over flight number 4. Which brings them into the back straight. Zentong Enki made a mistake at that third flight and has dropped back into mid-division as they clear this one. Going along in front, Bold Brook, tracked by Belloccio. Zero Fighter is on the outside of Star-Crossed Lover. Martinstown in 5th. A couple of lengths then to Labaland, and towards the inside of Labaland is Bodybuilder. Behind them is Old Man Dingle. On the outside of Jim's Cracker as they continue up the stands. Head into the first of the 2 flights in the back straight. It's 4 from home. Bold Brook from Belloccio in second. Just about 2 lengths into Zero Fighter. Martinstown has got closer on the outside, and Star-Crossed Lover. Behind them is Labaland, and behind Labaland is Bodybuilder. Zentong Enki trying to get back into it. And towards the inside, Starita as they clear the third last and head for the turn out of the back. A mistake there by Mortimer Duke. Still out in front, Bold Brook from Belloccio in second. Zero Fighter and Martinstown are in 3rd and 4th positions, followed by Star-Crossed Lover. The outside of Star-Crossed Lover trying to make headway is Bodybuilder. Labaland, Zentong Enki is next. And behind them is Old Man Dingle around the outside of Jim's Cracker as they head on the approach to the second last flight. Bold Brook still leads, Belloccio getting a bit closer in second, and they're chased by Zero Fighter. Martinstown, slight mistake, Belloccio. As they head across now in the approach to the straight. Bold Brook by a length. Belloccio, Martinstown has improved. Star-Crossed Lover close on the inside in black and white. Zero Fighter driven along. Zentong Enki trying to get back into it, and then Labaland and Bodybuilder. Belloccio has taken over as they make the turn for home. Goes on, Star-Crossed Lover around the outside, Martinstown. Long-time leader, Bold Brook weakening. A break to Zentong Enki as they head on up the straight with 1 to jump. Belloccio out in front from Star-Crossed Lover in second. 3rd spot is Martinstown, Bold Brook, Zentong Enki and Bodybuilder. At the last, Belloccio over, pecked slightly on landing, but is 6-7 lengths clear. And on the run in, Belloccio stretching away. Star-Crossed Lover second, Martinstown back in 3rd. Belloccio will make a winning start over hurls on his stable debut for Willie Mullins. Only ride of the day for Paul Townend wins well. Star-Crossed Lover second, Martinstown 3rd, followed home by Bold Brook and Zentong Enki.
John, now, rider Paul Townend, who won his only ride of the day here in really good style. Belloccio, former Lister winner, of course, for trainer Dave Manuzia, wins on a hurling debut for trainer Willie Mullins today in the colours of Thurloe Thoroughbreds. Paul, well done.
Thank you. He brought a good level of form into the race, showed a good attitude for jumping, and did it nicely, yeah.
It's about handy. It looked like when the horse raced by you initially, it just set you light for a few strides.
Just a different, I suppose, different sphere, jump racing to flat racing. It lit him up a little bit, and every time you'd hear him coming, he was getting a bit keen, but I think he'll have no problem adjusting to jumps racing. He just has to learn on the job a little bit, but yeah, jumped well, quickened up nicely. little peck at the back of the last at speed, but he got his feet out. So everything like that, you learn every day as novices, and delighted to get him going. And I think he can be smart.
I presume now at this stage of the year he might keep going for the summer. He seems to handle good ground, the flat at least.
He did on the flat, yeah. I'd imagine once the ground is okay, he's the option of staying going. But I think he sets a nice level, so there could be some nice targets for him later on.
Indeed, and just when you start jumping at the age of 6, when you're running on the flat for 3 or 4 seasons, often you wonder when did he have the appetite for it, but he definitely looked at it.
Yeah, he did, to be fair. Yeah, I suppose not all of them have as many runs on the flat as he did, but and that's just showed in his keenness to get on with it. It's different tempo, as you know, more than anyone, but he'll be fine. He'll take the jump and he'll be one for them. Yeah.
Well done again.
Thank you.
Really good performance in our second race of the afternoon here at Punchestown. Belloccio, a former Lister winner in the UK when trained by Dave Manuzia. He made a sparkling debut over hurdles for trainer Willie Mullins, winning in the colours of Thurloe Thoroughbreds Ireland Limited, of course. And Philip Hackett, who represents the owners here in Ireland, joins me now. Philip, well done. That was a really good performance.
Yeah, we're delighted with him. You know, he's very impressive. Willie's been very happy with him recently. You know, he was really confident. Like, I'm dealing with Willie a long number of years, and he's never told me before a horse will win, but he told me this morning this fella will win. You know, so we're absolutely delighted. Like, he's a very classy horse, 105 rated on the flat. He's going to have a lot of options, you know. And Paul just said he loves jumping. You know, he was enjoying it, pricked his ears, you know, turning in, and he said he was probably going a bit too quick down to the last, you know, pecked at it, but he couldn't be anything but absolutely delighted.
Very much so. And the way he picked himself up after last as well, as you said, he was travelling at speed down to that last hurl.
Yes, yeah, no, he was clever. And Paul said every time he heard horses coming to him, you know, he was getting keen on him. But this is a different type of racing to what he's been used to, you know. He's been knocking, like his last run, he's only a couple of lengths behind measured time. He's subsequently won a Group 2 and a Group 1 in Maiden. So, like, he's a 105 rated horse that was running to a rating of 105, you know. So we were always happy, you know, if we could get his jumping together, you know, we'd have a lot of fun with him.
That is often a question when they're age of 6, making a hurling debut. To be on the flat so long, I have to got the enthusiasm for it. He definitely does.
Yes, he definitely has the right attitude. Paul said he was loving it. You know, and it's a big change for a horse to arrive into Clonsutton in the first week in December and go out into gallop, and he's up to his knees, you know. It took him time to acclimatise. It's only in the last 5-6 weeks, you know, that he's started to work well and, you know, acclimatise to the gallop, as Willie said, and his work has been really, really good.
Not the first decent horse you've had with Willie, of course, Thoroughbreds Ireland.
No, we've had a bit of luck before. We started out with a horse called Scarpetta from Mark Johnson's. He ended up a 140 rated hurdler. He was 4 to Sam Crow in a Ballymore back in the day. Then we also had Far Out, who was a very useful horse. You know, a bit unfortunate we lost him, and basically I bought this fella as a replacement for Far Out. You know, they were both greys, and so hopefully.
And some of your partners are here today as well?
Yes, yeah, there's some friends of mine are involved in the horse. Tom Bowen and Aidan Hines, and there's a couple more now that aren't here.
Presume, given the way you start today, there's a good programme for horse novices through the summer months. He handles good ground, he'll be kept on the go over hurdles and possibly in the flat.
I'll have to speak to Willie. I'd love to give you his campaign, but as you and I both know, Willie makes those decisions. Listen, he's a horse that has a lot of options. He's a horse that could rock up in a copper horse at Ascot. You know, jumping is my first love. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Galway. My wife is a Galway woman, so I'd love her to lead in a winner down there. So he will definitely, I would imagine, be targeted at Galway. But in the meantime, whether we look at something at Ascot or maybe keep him over hurdles, he's a 105 rated horse, so he can get into all those heritage handicaps, and like we have options. But I think, you know, he's been knocking around in high class company on the flat, and I'd just like to build his confidence, so maybe keep him jumping, you know, and try and keep his head in front.
Indeed, that's a great start today. Well done, and enjoy the journey with him for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Cheers, thanks Fran, thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.